Welcome to the Bikes and Beers Adventures 12 Beers of Christmas as we continue our deep-rooted research and analysis on the 12 best beers to put under the tree for 2018. Today your host Mark Palmer and his friend
Andy Meaning.
Yes, lots of knowledge kind of guy. He's been doing lots of the research. I drink the beer, he reads the text.
I don't drink the beer.
No? Well,
Do you know who you're talking to?
Yes, I do actually. Anyway, so part of what we're trying to do here is share our experience and our knowledge of local Ontario craft brewers. There's a lot of great brewers across Ontario. Most of the ones that we're talking about, I think, are folks a little more around the GTA, Toronto area. Maybe getting out a little bit on some of the parts, but
Yep.
for the most part, pretty close to us. Today's feature is actually one of my favorites, Flying Monkeys.
Mine as well.
And it's not just the beer that we're going to talk about today, but Flying Monkeys as a brewery I think is phenomenal. What they do with their branding and the cans, like I'll show you a can in a second, but
They're a little crazy.
yeah, they're just
sort
fun.
of
It's
out
fun.
there in a sense, but you know what? They've got their brewing down amazing. They put out some very, very high quality products. If you go onto their website, you'll find that it's fun, it's eclectic,
Yes.
it's different. I mean, when you first log in, you hear monkeys. It's like
Yes.
from a jungle. It's a really cool website. I'd highly recommend going on and taking.
And
a
I
look
will
at it.
also throw in that if you drink enough of their beer, you will hear monkeys. At
True.
least I do. Just saying.
Wow.
Talking out loud.
You're a little different.
I am a little different, but thanks for sharing that.
Problem.
And he's also my therapist, just so you know online.
Yes.
So anyways, today we're going to talk about Juicy Ass. Now, some would say, Mark, you're talking dirty. No, it's actually the name of the beer.
It is.
Juicy Ass IPA. And now, you gotta love a company that can have fun with its branding and its names.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I just think Juicy Ass, even if I just ran across it in the liquor store or the beer store, I'd have to try it. I'd have to buy it because I like the name.
You know what? I could have a little juicy ass every day. I really could.
You know what? I'd be with you on that. There's
It's
nothing
awesome.
wrong with a Juicy Ass.
No, it's good. It's a nice
So,
beer.
speaking of having a piece of Juicy Ass, well, I'm drinking a Juicy Ass. Why don't we try some Juicy
There's a
Ass?
little bit of Freudian slip there, my friend.
Yes, I apologize for that.
That's okay.
So let's try this one out.
Oops. Sorry. I sprayed on your laptop.
You did. Oh, I'm spraying too.
See, we're very excited about this beer. This is, it's one of my favorites. Oh, look at that. Oh, I think I got over, I got over jealous. Over jealous or zealous?
Zealous. That's the word you're looking for.
Oh well.
But
Sorry.
did you just do that on the camera?
I did.
That's kind of rude, isn't it?
No.
I apologize, audience. Anyways, nice. It's got a bit of a cloudy look to it, but it's a nice, not amber, but a nice light tan.
Spit it out.
Yeah, I'm having trouble speaking now. But
It's got a golden hue.
thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Honestly, that was.
Was it?
Yeah, I searched it in my head, bouncing
I saw
on
it there.
Did you? Thank you.
I reached out. I found it.
Yes.
I pulled it
I
in.
appreciate you as a human being.
No problem.
All right. So one thing you'll notice, we both have head, which is important with your juicy ass.
It is true.
See, the one thing good about craft beer names is you can have a little bit of fun with them
Yeah.
without being rude,
True.
because we're just talking
It's
truth.
true. Nothing like a little bit ahead with your juicy ass.
Exactly, because it allows the beer to breathe before it gets in. It releases some of the gas that's been locked up in the can for all this time. So now you're not going to be as bloated as you drink more beer,
True.
right? So
Good point.
let's
Cheers.
have another sip.
Mm.
Now that tastes like I'll say a traditional
IPA.
good IPA.
Yeah.
And I noticed the nice thing about it too is I was putting the glass up to my face to sip on the juicy ass. I gotta laugh every time I say that.
Were you getting a
You-
slight
did you
odor?
get the floral?
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
you got the nice aromas.
It's almost
from-
like a pine kind of scent. Not strong, but just a
Oh,
very
just- yeah, you
slight
could just-
hint of
I
pine
got-
in there.
Yeah, I was really picking in the scents, which is actually kind of neat because it adds to the experience. You're getting the scents, you're breathing them in, and then you're taking the juicy ass in the mouth.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
Oh, I have to, I couldn't resist that one. Oh my God.
Oh dear. Oh
Anyway, good beer.
yes.
I like it.
What I was gonna say is that on an IBU scale,
Yes.
it's around 69-70.
Yes.
So it is up there.
Yep.
But it's only on the initial taste. I find there's no lingering bitterness after you take a sip
I can't even.
or a gulp.
I can't even sip it anymore without busting a gut. So what's this good with as far as food pairings? Like if you were
I
gonna,
get curries.
yes,
Curries would be good with like a
spicy foods, eh?
spicy foods. From a cheese standpoint, probably a gorgonzola.
Oh.
From a dessert standpoint, I would probably go with like a banana cream pie or banana pudding or something along
How
that
about like a
lines.
nice homemade banana bread?
Oh, yeah,
Eh?
actually
Hot,
it'd be
hot out of
really
the
good.
oven?
Oh,
That would be a good
that would
pair.
be awesome.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, it's funny. Not too many people associate beers with dessert, but I honestly believe that you can pair beers with dessert, appetizers, mains, and it really brings out the flavor. I know traditionally you drink wines with dinner, but you know what? Beer is also a really, really nice accompanying beverage to go with a meal.
Well, and to that point too, like the wineries have kind of. You sometimes think they kind of led the way with the craft beer industry in the sense that a lot of cottage wineries, started to develop after the big wineries, and they're all over, Niagara on the Lake, and obviously Okanagan and BC and that, and different pockets, Prince Edward County, and now you're seeing the same economic model or business model with the craft breweries. So
Yes.
we've got the big guys. We all know who they are. But craft breweries are popping up. I think in every little small community there's a craft brewery. There's tons of them in the Niagara region. I know that for sure. And they're coming up. They all have their individual stories. They're all started by passionate people that want to make a good product for consumption.
Yeah.
And which you get to taste. Now, Flying Monkeys has been around for a while, right?
Yeah, they've been around since 2004.
So
And
they've been
they're up
around a little
in Barrie,
longer. Yeah.
Barrie, Ontario. We actually got a chance to go up there a couple of years ago.
Yeah, good times.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to go for a tour of their actual brewery operation, but we did get a chance to have some of their food in their restaurant, and it was good. The nachos
Yes.
there were
It was good.
absolutely, they were amazing. They were really good nachos, and to me, nachos go well with most any kind of beer.
Well, especially you got the jalapenos there.
Oh,
Right?
jalapenos? Oh,
Yes,
so
jalapenos.
jalapenos.
Yes. Spicy like chicken wings too, or it'd be good
Yeah.
with a nice hot sauce. Goes good with this stuff too, right? So
Yeah, I find a lot of IPAs tend to go well with spicier type of foods. They enhance the flavors of the spices.
Yeah.
They really do.
I agree. So, when we talk about Flying Monkeys, the other thing that they've got quite a few different beers.
Yes, they do. They
Yeah.
actually have seasonal beers.
Yes.
They have around 10 or 11 main beers that they produce all year long. Those include lagers, some stouts, some pale ales, IPAs, and they also have some specialized beers as well.
Do we know what's their core brand? Is the IPA the core? Because I know they have a couple IPAs.
They do. They have an Atomic Smash Bomb,
Yes.
which is a nice IPA. But they also have a Optical Illusion,
Yes.
which is more of a more like a wheat beer kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of their beers are lagers, but they do have that main core, and then they branch out from that. They make some great specialized and seasonal beers too. And if you go on their website, and they also have it in the LCBO, their specialized beers, they come in really cool packaging. So it's like in a box,
Yeah.
and make great Christmas gifts. And the beer is really phenomenal. And if you go onto the website, break down the beer, click on the beer, it'll give you a more in-depth synopsis of what that beer is and what it pairs well with. And you can go from their recommendations, and I think they're on point.
So I got to ask you guys a question out in the audience, because I'm just sitting here, I'm listening to Andy, and he's got lots of knowledge, but I just kind of felt had this way too serious look on his face. How about you?
Sorry.
So if you felt that way, leave a note in the comments, and we'll deal with it later. Okay?
I take my beer seriously.
Oh, I know you do. You're a passionate man.
I am.
But-
You know what? I have fun, but I am passionate about my beer. I really am. And I have my opinions.
Serious face again.
My serious Andy's coming out.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's we've talked about this before, and on our show, it's about craft breweries.
Yes.
It's about supporting small business in Ontario. You know what? Go out there, try some of these beers. If you can, go out to some of the smaller breweries that aren't in the LCBO or the beer store, and support them.
Yeah.
Because they have some phenomenal products. They really do. And it's getting out there and supporting your local communities.
And I'd have to that point, and even before I go back years, when I first started getting into craft beers, I stuck with what I knew, what I was comfortable with, which was the lagers at the time and some ales. But IPAs were something that were kind of off my radar, and until I actually started to try a few, and then I started to realize that, you know what, these are actually pretty good, because now you're getting a beer, you're consuming a product that actually, it's giving you something back in the sense of flavor and body and taste, and especially when you actually get to the point where you know what, this is actually really nice with a curry meal or a chicken wing meal, or a pizza. When you start doing the food pairings, and actually some of my favorite pairings are actually beer and cheeses. You get the right cheese with the right beer. It's really a neat experience.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important part. Excuse me. And then
Right.
the other, I just gas, drinking the IPA, and it just a little juicy ass coming back on me.
You never want that.
No. But you know what? It's the beauty about craft beers, and the reason why we're so passionate, and we all, I think can agree with this, is it's the stories behind these guys, the passions they have, and they're making great products. Like
They are.
you know what? To be honest with you, if I was stuck with Molson's or Labatt's all my days, and that's all I had, I would live a mundane, boring life. Now I get to go out there, I experience different tastes, different beers, different food pairings,
Yep.
and I'm having fun with it. And it's the cultures, going around the different breweries.
Yeah.
We've experienced some great moments at
Very
different.
passionate about what they do.
Great people, great passion. So, juicy ass, get some.
Say that with a straight face.
I can't do this anymore. I love the name. Way to work, Flying Monkeys, because it's got me going. Anyways, definitely an IPA worth trying. It's not, I don't think it's going to blow you over the top. If you're
No.
new to IPAs, would this blow you over the top?
I don't think so. It's got a nice fruity aftertaste.
Yeah, I think, you might have to adjust if you're not used to it, in the sense of really enjoying the flavor, but I think you're going to actually like it, so it's worth trying. So, how would you end this one?
I'm going to have some juicy ass.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Till next time.
Yeah.